Hey everybody, how you all doing? And welcome back to another episode of Action Sunday. It's going to be the last Action Sunday here in the den of this before we move on to bigger and better things. So I wanted to wrap it up with a bang, wrap it in a nice tight bow. And I want to talk about Goodfellas because I felt like it's necessary because there's a couple of reasons. This movie's like almost all over 20 something years old. Not to mention I want to talk about this now because even though Ray Liotta is no longer with us, as well as Paul Sorvino is no longer with us, which is a damn shame because I don't have it with me, but if you follow me, as long as you have, or if you've seen it on my Instagram or anything, I have a copy. My copy of my Goodfellas DVD is signed by Paul Sorvino himself, and of course that was a really cool moment of my life. Like getting a chance to meet some of these big Hollywood heavyweights or guys that you probably have seen in television, especially Paul Sorvino. He was a joy to meet. Like he loved my impression of Joe Pesci. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? But anyway, let's talk about the movie, okay? Okay, I'm believe it or not, if you followed me before, I have said this has kind of made my top 50 movies in the past and over the years, and of course, and for a good reason. Why? Because it's a good story of possibly one of the most infamous gangsters that has ever lived. I'm talking about Henry Hill, of course, who was played by the late Ray Liotta. Again, if he was still alive, I would have loved to have met him at like a convention. That would make him say, hey, you guys sign this would be awesome. To sign my Goodfellas DVD because, hey, it's you and Sorvino. And of course, why not? Heck not. So, yeah. Like you guys all know the story. It's pretty much just following the fictional. It's pretty much following the life of Henry Hill and his friends. Trying to work their way up in the crime world kind of thing. But of course, I know what you're thinking. Yeah. You're trying to root for them, even though what they're doing is morally wrong. But they're just, it's just a good story, okay? Like you get to see the dynamic play out and friendships between all these different characters, between Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci and Paul Sorvino and of course Robert De Niro. You all know the whole story. And of course, Scorsese knocked this one out of the park. It's quite possibly one of his best movies that he's ever done. And there's a reason why he is an Academy Award-winning director. Of course, what much else can I say about Scorsese? All right, good on you, man. So between this and The Departed, I might do may eventually in the near future I'll review some more gangster flicks like The Departed and The Irishman and all that good shit. All right, but for now the focus is this. So does this movie still hold up? I feel like it does because it again, despite like all some creative liberties with the story and like they really put the effort and time to let the story build and let everything build. Just the whole thing, okay? And like it really works, okay? There's not much action. Supposedly, I feel like their words speak volumes than their actions. Obviously, there's a whole lot of fighting. There's some gang violence, and of course, obviously, some infamous and of course, obviously, the most infamous heist in American history, which I'm talking about the Lufthansa heist, and of course, it's been beaten to death and shown in so many different adaptations, and of course, books as well. Well, I'm pretty sure if you do some more research into the heist, you'll believe me. Like wow, is so like people can still talk about it, be like, oh wait a minute, that was talked about with Goodfellas. But of course, what was he ever convicted? No, like somehow they got away scot-free. I wish I could write a book and tell you more of all the detailings and all that. But I know the movie does it in their own creative way. They don't go into much detail, but there is a book that talks about it at length. Okay, which I think was a good thing because if you got to take all this time to put some backstory and put some effort into some real life events that happened at the time, like then you're gonna lose your audience. That to me, that's the one thing, that one knock on this movie. It's like at times throughout the movie, I feel like you start to lose the audience, but then just sucks you back in. Here's something cool. It's like, oh shit. Then this happens and all that, and then by the end, and you're just smiling. You're realizing, hey, wow. Come on! That was actually a good story. It doesn't end with someone dying. It doesn't getting killed off or get promoted up the ladder. It's like ends with a good story, and of course with Henry Hill, smiling into the camera kind of thing. And then to me, and that was a good thing. I really like the whole saying. Like, it really captured the essence, like spanning like 3 or 4 decades, and from really the 50s to the 80s. Like, and they caught it perfectly, like with every little detail. And that to me just really put it into another level. Okay, again, great storytelling, good world building. It's all there. To me, this is the formula for the perfect gangster movie. Is like right there in front of you. If anybody has never seen Goodfellas, I highly encourage you to watch it. Okay, it might possibly, I think it's on the list of top 1,000 movies you should see before you die. I definitely recommend it. Okay, I would say I don't know. Take your pick. Everyone's asked me, do you think it's better than The Godfather? I don't know. Take your pick. Which one's better? Is it this or The Godfather, or is it another movie? I'm forgetting. But to me, I feel like they're kind of on the same point. There's equal footing. Obviously, there's some historical significance. But of course, while as The Godfather is based off a book, this was based on real life characters. Obviously, I felt like The Godfather kind of like laid the groundwork. I felt like like Goodfellas kind of elevates it a little bit. But of course, to take your pick, whichever world you like your gangster flicks. It's your preference. I'm not forcing you to say, oh, this one's superior than the over the arc. To me, I feel like they're on equal footing. Okay, take your preference. All right, but hey, not much else I can say. If you're expecting explosions, there's none of that. But there's some. But again, great storytelling and telling elements. I love every character. Okay, I fucking love Joe Pesci in this role. And of course, there's a famous scene you've probably all seen. That entire scene was completely ad-libbed. Like Joe Pesci just made it all up on the fly. The funny guy scene. And of course, like Scorsese just said, nope, just keep rolling. I love what he's doing. Kind of thing. That tells you the mark of a good actor, right? Enough said there. And with that in mind, I'm going to give Goodfellas you know what? Fuck yeah, I'm giving this movie the perfect 10. It's one of the, again, it's one of those movies that I definitely recommend you watch before you die, kind of thing, all right? So that does for this week. Does it for now. Let me know what you think. Give it a watch, folks. Don't subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos, and I will see you soon, all right?